And it's Good News at Noon with Mr. Dick Baumbach. How are you there, Mr. Baumbach?
Doing absolutely great and good.
You know, last week you teased us with this McDonald's employee finds stolen car at restaurant drive-thru.
Yes. And what I thought we'd do, just for a little change of pace, we'll have 5 stories this week, because I still can't believe this McDonald's.
Well, if it's that good, then let's talk about it.
Okay. This happened in Kennewick, Washington, and a 22-year-old Catherine York was driving a Virginia-made stolen Toyota SUV. Okay, you get this one now?
Yeah, okay. So she was driving the stolen
Virginia's
vehicle.
SUV. And so she comes through the drive-thru.
And it's the person that's working at the drive-thru's car?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And so she spots her car and she thinks, I better call the cops.
Holy smokes. That's like leaving your cell phone at the scene of the crime.
Well, they found the car with stolen clothes at the Sears and JCPenney in the car. They were clothes from Sears and JCPenney. And Catherine York, by the way, she was charged with possession of a stolen vehicle while trying to get something at McDonald's. I just thought,
that's a pretty funny one. So that everybody understands this, the person that drives through the drive-thru is in the stolen vehicle of the person that is taking the order at the window.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Hello, that's my car.
Hi, here's your Big Mac, but that's my car.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so the first one that was a good one, by the way. I'm glad you brought that one in. The first one that you did have on the list is about speed is the number one item on an 88-year-old's bucket list.
Yep.
Now, what is this all about?
Well, this lady, she's a grandma, and her name is Flo Silvelli, and she's from New Hampshire, and she decided that the older people should be able to get up to speed. So she is doing everything, including jet skiing, hot air balloons, ski tubing, and on 2 weeks ago, she drove in a race car at 130 miles an hour.
Wow. Wow. You know, that is on my bucket list. I wanted to go to the, I think it was the A.J. Foyt experience, but they've closed it down now over at the Disney complex. And it's one of those things that's just on my bucket list. My son went and they had one of these things that you could drive fast cars, and I think it was a Lamborghini. And the guy that was with him, he drives it first and then gives him a test of what it feels like, and then he drives it. And he said he got it up to like 120 miles an hour on the track. That's amazing.
Well, maybe that's what our other story, that lady should have done when she was going through the drive-thru.
Right. She should have just flew right through there. Whoa, hey, forget about the Big Mac. I've got your car. No. The next one that you have is man leaves $1,000 tip for dog's surgery.
Yeah. This is basically, again, somebody helping out somebody. And there was Christina Summit was tending bar at a Clinton, New Jersey Holiday Inn. And she noticed that she had on her a little tattoo of a dog's paw. She started a conversation with some customers, and she mentioned that her puppy was rushed to surgery, and because it swallowed a tennis ball.
A tennis ball?
Yes. And the vet bill was enormous, because it was literally, for her, it was like going to be $900.
Holy smokes.
So she explained the story, and she gave this gentleman a receipt for, his credit card. and he added a tip of $1,000 to cover the
Wow,
bill.
that is awesome. You know, it's not cheap for pet surgeries, or if you have a pet in general, it's not very cheap most of the time because their medical bills are almost the same as ours.
Exactly.
It's $1,000.
And this gentleman did not want to be identified.
Wow. And where was this at?
This was in Clinton, New Jersey.
I'm going to have to go there. The next one you have for us is surprise. Stranger captures sweet sidewalk proposal in magical photos.
Yeah, this was a couple, Elan Spricer and Corin Lockwood. They were visiting New York City, and he was going to propose to her. And his plan was to propose on the observation deck at Rockefeller Center, but rainy weather stopped that. So he took a ride to Central Park, and he decided in a carriage to do it there. But because of the rain, the carriage said, sorry, we can't go. So everything was going against this guy, and except that there was a lady who was watching everything, and suddenly this guy, Spricer, decided to go down in one evening in the pouring rain, propose to her, and she took a picture, posted it on Facebook, and people are now sending them wedding gifts.
Wow. And this is all in New York.
All in New York.
Only in New York.
Only in New York, right.
That's a good story. The next one you have is about scrap metal dealer's flea market find turns out to be missing Fabergé egg.
Fabergé egg. Yes, this happened in London, and an antique dealer. He had this gentleman come in, and he bought this egg because he said that he really wanted it for his wife, and he just thought it would be a good thing. So he paid $14,000 for it.
Wow.
It just looked like a nice egg.
Right.
Well, then the buyer and seller, by the way, they want to remain anonymous, but he then took the egg to Christie's in London just to have it appraised.
Now, so people understand what Christie's is.
It's a auction appraisal house that's in the United States, but also in London. And so he wanted to make sure that the $14,000 that he paid for it was a fair price.
Right.
And he was notified that the egg is worth $18.5 million.
$18.5 million.
And he paid $14.
Holy smokes. Now, did he get to keep it?
Yeah.
He got to keep it.
And
wow.
It turns out that it contains the watch of one of Alexander III's wife.
Wow. That's just, I go to the flea markets. I look through every one of the tables. I never see anything that is like, oh, that looks like that might be something, and you buy it. And these other people you read about or hear about, they go there, they pick up a picture, and they take the back off, and it's got an original writing of the Constitution or something in there.
But did you hear what happened on Antiques Roadshow?
No.
Oh, this is recently. This person came in and showed a model of a head, all different forms of a head. And so it was appraised at $50,000. And Antiques Roadshow has put up a correction. It turned out to be made in somebody's high school for $300.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, what good news. Well, that's it. That's all the stories we got today. And that has been Good News at Noon with Mr. Dick Baumbach.